What's good, y'all? As you can tell by the thumbnail and title, in this video, we're going to be bringing Russell Westbrook, Giannis, and Ben Simmons back to the 1980s. Back in the 80s, three-point shooting wasn't anywhere near as prolific or as important to the game of basketball as it is today, and these three players have some pretty big problems with shooting the ball. I think these three guys would benefit very much by being back into the 80s when they didn't really have to shoot the ball. They didn't feel that pressure to be able to shoot that ball. So I think they're going to benefit them. I put Westbrook and Ben Simmons both in their primes just to, give them a little extra boost. But yeah, we're going to sim 3 seasons and see how they play. Well, as you guys see here, we did just put them on the teams that they are in real life right now. Giannis back here on the Bucks. He's playing alongside Sidney Moncrief. This is a really good team. He is the best player on the team, so he will be leading them. But this is a solid squad right here. They got some good depth. Some really good starters. They're really lacking at the point guard, which is Nate Archibald here. But other than that, they got pretty much everything you need. I expect Giannis to dominate right now. Now looking here on the Nets, we have Ben Simmons. This is the New Jersey Nets, not the Brooklyn Nets, but nonetheless, still the Nets. Ben Simmons here is going to be running at point guard. He's back up to an 88 overall. He's going to be a killer on this team too. This team's starting lineup is really good. They do have some depth too. A 72 overall player getting PT, not the best, but other than that, they are a really good squad. I expect Ben to do really good too. And then here on the Seattle Supersonics, we have MVP Russell Westbrook. He is by far the best player on this team. He is here with Jack Sikma, which is cool. He's got himself a nice big man right there. But beyond that, this team is pretty bad. They have a solid 6-man rotation, and then after that, it gets very shaky. Hopefully Russ can just dominate. He averaged a triple-double. You saw in the last video, he just went stupid. So hopefully he does the same here in this era. Ben Simmons, Giannis, and Russell Westbrook are all All-Stars. Well, it seems like Giannis has adjusted very well so far, winning MVP. Ralph Sampson, Rookie of the Year. Kevin McHale, 6th Man. Giannis also wins Defensive Player of the Year, so he is definitely fitting right into this era. John Bagley, Most Improved, with Don Nelson, Coach of the Year. All-NBA First Team sees Russell Westbrook and Giannis, with Ben Simmons following them on the second team. All-Defensive First Team sees Russell Westbrook and Giannis. And would you look at that, with Ben Simmons following them on the second team. Well, all these teams are top seeds in the playoffs, with Russell Westbrook's Seattle Supersonics being the 2 seed, Ben Simmons' New Jersey Nets as the 4 seed, and Giannis' Bucks as the 1 seed. Looking at the stats here, we are going to start off with MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo here. He put up 29.5 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, almost a steal and a half, and a block and a half, shooting at 63% from the field, which is insane. 33% from 3 also is very good for this era. I don't know how much volume is on that. We'll check that real quick. 42 total shots, so yeah, not a lot of volume. But this was the point of this video. Back then, they didn't really shoot threes, so Giannis is thriving so far. Now looking over at Ben Simmons, he led his team in scoring, which you have never been able to say about Ben Simmons. He averaging a career-high 22 points. This is the first time he's cracked 20 in his career. 8 rebounds, basically 9, and 8 assists with a steal and a half, almost a full block. Shooting 58% from the field, which is very good. He did not shoot threes, or at least he didn't make threes. He did not shoot threes either. But for Ben here, already in his first year in this era, putting up 22 points per game, a by far career high, not bad for my guy. And last but not least, Russell Westbrook here. He put up 24 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, almost 2 steals on that. And he shot 53% from the field, almost 40% from 3. He did only shoot a total of 64 threes, but like I said with Giannis, that's exactly what we were looking for. They don't feel pressure to shoot the ball. When they're open, they do, and in Russell Westbrook's case, he shoots it at a decent, very decent, good clip. Well, all these guys are doing very well so far. Let's get into the playoffs. We have the potential to have Giannis and Ben Simmons match up in the second round. Hopefully that does happen. We'll go through this really quickly, though. 3 teams to focus on always gets a little bit difficult, and I do gotta remember this is best of 5 in this first round, as Giannis is the first one to move on. Ben Simmons is going to a Game 7, though. Russell Westbrook's up 2-1, but we will simcast this Game 5. I just said Game 7. It's a winner-go-home game is the point for Ben Simmons here. Let's see if we can get some gameplay rocking if it is a close game. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like the Pistons came to play, and in an era where scoring is not so common, they put up 145 points. Yeah, Ben Simmons must have not been defending anything, man. This is a score you do not see back in this era. Looking at Ben, though, he had a pretty good game. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. He shot it okay. He shot it really well from the free throw for his standards, at least. Could not get it done, though. Gets eliminated in the first round. But Giannis and Russell Westbrook are still alive, so hopefully they can meet up in the finals. Before we get to that, though, just in case you guys were wondering, in the playoffs, Ben Simmons averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, shooting it a little worse than the regular season, but overall not terrible. All right, now let's get into the second round, going game by game. Back to a 7-game series, if I do remember correctly, and Russell Westbrook is on the brink of getting swept, and he did get swept. That is very unfortunate. Giannis is tied 2-2 over here. He goes down 3-2. If it's a Game 7, I'll simcast. It's a Game 7, let's simcast. This Pistons team seems like it's the kryptonite for our modern-day players so far. Hopefully Giannis can break that habit, and it looks like he is with a huge second quarter by the Bucks right there, and they will hold on to this lead. In the Game 7, Giannis did show up, of course. 29 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double. 3 steals on top of that. And he had 29 off of only shooting the ball 12 times. 15 from 17 from free throw is fantastic. And he fouled out, and he still had this crazy game. That's wild. Before we forget, though, Russ's overall playoff stats before he got eliminated: 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal and a half, and shot at 62% from the field, 75% from 3. That's insane. 3 for 4 from 3. In the playoffs here, but Russ had a great run in the playoffs. His team just could not get it done. And now we have Giannis against this Boston Celtics team. Boston is a very tough team to get around. Hopefully Giannis can do it. He is up 2-0. Now they just brought it back to 2-2. Big Game 5 here that Giannis does win. Close it out. Ooh, another Game 7. Hopefully we can get some gameplay out of these, man. Like, this is already going to be our third. Hopefully it's gameplay. If not, hopefully Giannis just moves on. And he's got a pretty substantial lead here. They are bringing it close, but not close enough. And it's a 2-point victory for Giannis. In the Game 7, Giannis showed up yet again. 34 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Shot it fantastically, and shot it also fantastically from the free throw line. I guess guys in this era just can't stop fouling Giannis, man. He's too physical for them, and he's capitalizing. Well, Giannis took down Larry Bird and the Celtics. Can he take down Magic Johnson and the Lakers? That would be a pretty big deal for Giannis. He ties it 1-1. Lakers are up 2-1 now. They're up 3-1. It's not looking good for Giannis, and it is not good for Giannis as they get eliminated. Magic Johnson, Finals MVP. Overall in the playoffs, though, Giannis averaged 29.5 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, steal, and almost 2 blocks, shooting at 60% from the field. Not very good from 3, but that's probably on like 10 total threes taken. Overall, fantastic playoff run from Giannis. Come up just barely short. Here at Player Progression after year 1, Giannis stays the same at a 97 overall. Ben Simmons goes up 3, going to a 91, which is fantastic there. I'm really excited to see Ben Simmons. And then Russell Westbrook goes up 1 overall to be a 96 overall. Ben Simmons, Giannis, and Russell Westbrook, all All-Stars yet again. Giannis Antetokounmpo with back-to-back MVPs, really capitalizing on being in this era. Hopefully he capitalizes and wins a championship this year. Of course, MJ, he's in the Bulls too. That's so fitting. MJ, Rookie of the Year. Byron Scott, 6th Man. Hakeem Olajuwon, Defensive Player of the Year. Clyde Drexler, Most Improved. Don Nelson, Coach of the Year. This year sees Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons, and Giannis, all 3 of our guys, on All-NBA First Team. All Defensive First Team still has Russell Westbrook and Giannis Antetokounmpo, with Ben Simmons right behind them on the second. All of our guys are still top seeds in the playoffs. Seattle did drop down from the 2 seed back to the 3 seed. With Milwaukee and New Jersey still being 1 and 4 respectively. MVP Giannis this year averaged 29 points, 10.5 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, almost 2 blocks, shooting it fantastically still from the field. Ben Simmons had a huge jump in this year, up to 25 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block, shooting at 62%. That's a big jump with his percentages right there, even shooting better from the free throw line too. And then Russell Westbrook over here, he also had a pretty big jump, up to 28 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and he shot it very well as well. Alright boys, let's get some deep playoff runs here. Again, we have the potential to see Ben Simmons and Giannis match up in this the second round. It is pretty tough in New Jersey there, though, down 2-1. Russell Westbrook does move on, clean sweeps the Phoenix Suns to make it to the second round, and Giannis is up 2-1 over here. So let's go through this game. Giannis makes it past there, and Ben Simmons is in a winner-go-home situation yet again. Let's simcast this game and see how it goes. Hopefully this time it's different for Ben. Last year, he got eliminated in the Game 7. He got dominated in the Game 7, actually. This one looks like it's at least close. Potential for a jump-in, maybe. 4-point game, 3-point game with 30 seconds left. We're jumping in. So I checked in, and I was like, oh, I wonder where Ben Simmons is. He fouled out. So we're not going to watch the rest of this game. Hopefully his team can pull through, but we're here for Ben Simmons. He's not playing. We're not here. Unfortunately, the Nets did not survive without Ben on the court. They crumbled in that last few minutes right there, the last few seconds, but Ben came to play, putting up a triple-double in the elimination game. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 steals on top of that with a block, shooting it 6 for 9. Fantastic. Free throw line, it's better, I guess, for him. It's not terrible. But, yeah, if he didn't foul out, man, they could have done it. Triple-double in the elimination game is fantastic, Ben. As a total in this year's playoffs, he put a whopping 27 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and shot it fantastically. I really hope the Nets turn it around for Ben. He's been performing very well, and the team hasn't been seeing too much success. Anyway, though, we got Giannis and Westbrook still to watch in the second round. Westbrook's getting a little rematch over there against Utah. He's down 2-1. Giannis is up 2-1. Make that 3-1 for both sides. And Russ gets eliminated yet again. And let's see what happens in Milwaukee. Giannis moves on. In this year's playoffs, Russ took a little bit step back from the regular season, putting up 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. He still shot it pretty well overall. He just did not get as much volume from his scoring. Getting a little deja vu action here. First Ben in the first round, then Westbrook in the second round. Left with just Giannis. Let's see if he can make it to the championship yet again. But he quickly goes down 2-0 against Detroit, but he comes back and ties it back 2-2. And now he's up 3-2. Did a little bit of he lost the first 2 games, then swept them to get out in 6 to yet again rematch with the Lakers in the finals. This Lakers team is going to be very hard to beat. If anyone can do it, it's got to be Giannis, but he might get swept. Damn, he doesn't get swept. Will he force a Game 7? Nah, gets out in 6 with Kareem this time winning Finals MVP. In the playoffs, Giannis averaged 29.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks, shooting it fantastically, 50% from 3. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with the threes, knowing that they only shoot like barely any. Still, it's funny to see the high percentages there. Another great playoff run from Giannis comes up just short. Player progression going into the final year for our guys here. Giannis, yet again, stays at that 97 overall. Ben Simmons this time does not go up, stays at 91. And Russell Westbrook is back down to being a 95. Hey, what would you know? Ben Simmons, Giannis, and Russell Westbrook, all All-Stars. Giannis's MVP streak comes to an end with Magic Johnson winning MVP this year, Karl Malone Rookie of the Year, Byron Scott Sixth Man, Patrick Ewing Defensive Player of the Year, Tony Campbell Most Improved. His MVP streak may have ended, but his All-NBA First Team streak did not. Russell Westbrook and Ben Simmons are following on second team. All defensive first team sees Russell Westbrook and Giannis yet again, and Ben Simmons on the second team. Seattle continues to drop down to the 4th seed this year. Milwaukee still on top on East at the 1 seed, and New Jersey actually bumped up to the 3 seed this year. Looking at Giannis' stats here, he did take a little bit of a drop from averaging almost 30 points to just 25. 10 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, a block and a half. Still shooting it fantastically. My boy Ben Simmons over here keeps climbing up to officially 25 points per game. 9 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal and a half, almost a block. Shooting it pretty well, and he actually attempted threes. He made one too. He attempted 8 threes, made 2 of them. He attempted his first one last year, but didn't make it. But he officially has made threes. Shout out, Ben. And then Russell Westbrook over here, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, almost a block. still shooting it fantastically. Alright, well, hopefully we can finally have someone win a championship. I think our best bet is Giannis, if we're being honest. Bars. But as you look here, Giannis moves on to the second round. Russell Westbrook also moves on to the second round. And Ben Simmons is up 2-1 right now against the Boston Celtics, and he moves on to the second round. Alright, this is the first time everyone has moved on to the second round. Giannis is going up against a very young MJ and the Bulls, though. Russell Westbrook is going up against Magic Johnson, the other MJ, and the Lakers. And then down here, Ben is going up against Philly, who is his former team in this universe, not the one in the video. You know what I'm trying to get at, though. Well, hopefully we have all of our teams move on. It would be fantastic to see a finals matchup of these guys. Going through game by game here, though, as Giannis is up 2-0, Westbrook is down 2-0. Now Giannis is up 3-0. Is he going to sweep MJ? He sweeps MJ. Russell Westbrook gets eliminated in 5, and Ben Simmons actually moves on too. Fantastic. Russell Westbrook in all 3 years has got eliminated in the second round. Just could not get it done. I do think he had the worst team. By the way, he's got Jack Sikma, who's cool at an 87. And then everyone else is pretty mid. He's got a lot of low 70 overall players in his rotation here. So I didn't expect too much of him. In his final playoff run, he averages 26, 7, and 9 with 2.5 steals. That's wild. Shooting it pretty good from the field, too. It's a pretty good 3-year experiment for Russ, though. All right, here we are in the Eastern Conference Finals. We got our man Ben Simmons versus Giannis. Let's see who's going to win here. I think Milwaukee is by far a better team, but Ben has been going crazy. And as you see right there, he wins game 1. Giannis ties it up 1-1, though. Ben up 2-1. This might be a 7-game series here. Ben up 3-2. It's a 7-game series. Now, let's get some gameplay, and Ben, don't foul out this time. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Ben Simmons and the Nets come out strong in the first quarter and the first half as a whole, but Milwaukee is keeping it close. They might have pulled away, though. It looks like Ben Simmons is going to make it to the finals. In the losing effort, Giannis did his part, man. 33 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. Shooting it pretty well from the field, too. He did not get fouled as much as we've seen in other box scores. I wonder if Ben Simmons was guarding him and if he really, made that effect on him. And in the Game 7, Ben Simmons put on a masterclass here. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Shooting it fantastically from the free throw and from the field. Ben had some help here, but he performed very well. As a whole, on Giannis's playoff run here, he put up 27 points, 10.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2 blocks, and shot it very well from 3 also. Giannis, he dominated this era for sure. And here we are in the finals, Ben Simmons and the Nets versus Magic Johnson and the Lakers. Will Ben be the first one to win a chip? The first and only one. Doesn't look too good. And yeah, now he gets clean swept. Magic Johnson and the Lakers are just too good, man. In this finals run, Ben Simmons put up 25 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and a steal, shooting 63% from the field. You really can't ask him for much else. And this elimination game to secure the sweep for the Lakers, he put up 28, 5, and 7. He's doing his part, man. He did everything he could. I don't think it's a coincidence that all these players who are not good three-point shooters, you place them in an era where they don't really shoot the ball, all their field goal percentages and stats boost up tremendously. I think Ben Simmons by far was benefited the most out of all these 3 guys. He never averaged 20 points per game in his career, and in all 3 seasons here, he averaged 20 plus. In a total, though, all these guys did see both their personal and their team success go up. The Lakers did stop both Ben and Giannis from winning chips, and in that last year, they did eliminate Russ as well. It is called the Magic Johnson era for a reason. They dominated the 80s. Either way, though, I think this was a very, very cool video to see all these guys really prosper in this era. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In the description, there's links to all my social media, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch y'all.